Hey, what's up, Niles? What's up, Chadwick? How's it going? All is good, all is good. I just want to tell you, with this music, you're representing me, and you're representing the whole legacy, okay? Here's this microphone. This microphone means power, it means empowerment, it means uplifting, and it means carrying on tradition. So what you're gonna do is you're going to run. You're gonna be in a relay with yourself. When you reach Niles Avenue, that's when you're gonna reach your destination. But if you reach Niles Avenue, you have to carry on the tradition and pass the baton to the next generation, all right? I'm ready for this. I'm ready for the journey. Here's the microphone. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the one and only Now.
I used to rock the wave cat with the Everett and black wallabies, partying with the dime mommy that's half Guyanese, looking like Alicia Keys / Sade back in '93. My style so cool, don't have fire freeze. Folding the paper like origami, no salami please. Immortalize me as a sculpture by the Goddesses. I'm that important, put my face on every dollar please. I'm the unanimous one, no other honorees. The black MacGyver fixing Twain Sanaya. Fire mom, my face on Jamaican reggae make a flame. You like a side pot, say we gotta save Haiti. They admire phenoms with the craze desire. So I crush grooves like the early 80s. Whether you're on the green line or pushing a pro Mercedes, I'ma make sure that every culture share the shock. So I turn up the heat to sizzle up the melting pot. Cold fire, cold fire. It feels like the ice age mixed with white flames. This is that cold fire, cold fire, cold fire, cold fire. It's so cold you gotta move to the back, back. It's so hot you gotta move to the front, front. Get it live and rock it smooth to the back, back. Feel the vibe and feel the groove to the front, front. Get it hot as lava do, not chill. Yo, now tell them where this hip hop culture comes from, man. Beat the avenue with b-boy battle crews and rapping dudes, DJ Scratcher, Houdini, classic graffiti, park jams. People galore, Adidas velour, style and gear like you never seen it before. 4-finger rings and 3 Adidas stripes, 2 turntables and 1 MC. Your mic is all that we needed, right? Then the party was on, no shootouts, just positive vibing and my favorite song. That was the summer, 89 was the charm, but I was only 8, hearing Sonic, watching everybody percolate. I was too young, but I could feel the soul was great. That was before hip-hop started to terminate, to glorify a murder race in a horror state. Want some food for thought, get your spoon and fork, I'ma serve a plate. Without the forefathers, you wouldn't be here, that's a sure promise, so pay attention, plus your homage. Cold fire, cold fire, it feels like the ice age mixed with white flames, this is that.
What is up? What is up? It is your boy Woods, man. Got another hot one for you. Thank you for tuning into the #1 Facebook live stream right here, the Destined for Greatness podcast. I have another special one for you today. Today I got a special co-host, my brother, somebody that means the world to me, Mr. Kevin Lee. I have a very special guest, and Mr. Dave Jones, Coach Jones, head varsity boys coach at Lansing Eastern High School. So let me bring my co-host on without any further ado, Mr. K. Lizzle. What's going on, brother?
D Woods, man, what's good, man?
Nothing much, man. Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
How
How's
doing?
life?
Everything good my way, man. Everything good. I'm proud of you, man. I see you doing big things with the show. Sky's the limit.
All right, man. I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate the love, man. So, man, catching up with you, dog. So what you been going through right now with basketball? How you been feeling about basketball lately, man? What's on your mind with the hoops, man?
Man, to me right now is, with all this, Corona going around, to me it's just not the same. You don't get the same effect from the crowd. I think all that play a part, man. But to me, I think it's more like a pickup game right now than actual basketball. But that mean,
that's what a lot of people say. It's like a glorified pickup game is what people are saying right now.
That's what it is, man. But what used to attract me was the crowd. That's what I used to thrive off of. But
Oh yeah, we
think
talking
right
about Mr.
now,
Lee for three. That's you definitely played to the crowd, man. That's what you was known for, man. Knocking on that big
yeah.
one and then just looking at the crowd like the original Steph, is how I call you.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
Man, without further ado, let's get into the show, man. Let me introduce our coach. Everybody right now watching, stand up. EV alumni right here. Coached at EV, Lansing Everett High School for years. Motivated so many children to go to the next level. Took his talents higher.
Yeah,
he said
he
he's seen a program in Eastern High School that had been lacking. He said, I want to bring this thing back to life, rejuvenate the program. And that's exactly what he's doing with these young men. And I'm proud to know him. Proud to call him my brother. Grew up right off a Hag Road with me. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Dave Jones. What is going on, Coach?
What's going on, fellas, man? Appreciate
Good to
y'all.
see you,
What's
man.
good, D?
What up, K. Lee? Hey, man.
What's good with it, bro?
Nothing much, man. First and foremost, man, I want to say happy MLK, man. We got to shut that guy out for sure,
Oh, of
man.
course.
And
Happy
sure.
MLK Day, everybody. Made this
no
possible.
doubt.
Yeah.
And he was, man.
Right.
I see what you're doing here, man. Proud of you, baby. See all the things that you done overcame, man, throughout the year, stuff I ain't even know about, man.
I appreciate
Hey,
it.
MLK had a dream that this was gonna happen today, though.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Facts.
sir. Almost didn't happen, baby. We made it happen.
Hey,
man.
right.
And
We made it
last
happen.
but not least, man, I want to, show some love, man, to you for, putting this platform together to, show people from Lansing love. That's other places doing major things. And that's in Lansing still doing major things, man, because there's a lot of talent from Lansing and in Lansing, man. It's a blessing that you're putting this together to show that love to people.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. That video you just watched with my brother Niles, man. He's trying to win right now in Detroit. A radio station had to show him some love, right now. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm out here in Atlanta, but I feel like no matter what, I love hometown, man.
Shout out to Chad too, man. Shout out to
Yes,
Chad.
sir.
That's my guy, man. My childhood friend, man. We go way back.
Yes, sir. Let's get into it. So Coach Jones, man, what have you been doing lately, man, with the COVID right now with your team? Is your team practicing? What's going on with that?
Man, that's tough right now, man. Right now, we kind of just been staying out the way. We just got granted to be able to be in the gym tomorrow. So we'll be doing a little conditioning tomorrow, probably a couple times a week, 3 times a week. I don't know yet how we're going to do it. Just depends on our numbers. So we just been, staying out the way now, just to get the go from the governor, man. And, also the district has to give us the go too, to be able to start on February 1st. So it's been tough, but, we kind of see where we're at, with these COVID numbers and, how, if they give us the go to going forward. So, we'll just go based off that. So right now it's all up in the air, man. All up in the air.
So during this time, man, I know it's Corona right now, but how do you tell your team to stay prepared? To keep practicing, and just to be prepared for when that time do come.
I mean, it's tough, man. I mean, because they're going through all these challenges too with the mental health and with them going to school online. You can't really get in the gyms and to do anything. So it's like you got to just continue to watch the game, what you can watch on TV. Just continue to stay ready. Just in case things do get back to order and they let us back on the court. But it's just really, just communicating with them for the most part, man. That's what you got to do. Because there's really nothing to do right now, man. It's tough on all of us, to take away the game that we all love. So, I mean, we just got to communicate. That's the best we can do. But tomorrow, we'll be able to get in there and move around a little bit. We still got a social distance, and however you practice and condition doing that, I don't know, but we'll figure it out.
Right, I know you will.
Yeah, we just got to take what we can get, man. So.
That's what's up. So, Dave, man, a lot of people, they probably know you was my backcourt teammate in high school.
Yes, sir. Let's talk about it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. He used to see me shoot a lot of shots. But hey, you're silly. Hey, we share the same birthday, man. Me and Dave Jones. A lot of people don't know that, man. We also share the same birthday, man. But let me ask you this, man. What made you just decide to get into coaching?
Well, man, I never thought about it like, back in our playing days. I never even crossed my mind, man, to get into coaching. But, I went off to college, man, and, wanted to work initially with, elementary age students. I knew I wanted to give back in some aspect. Ended up transferring back after bouncing around for a while. and start, messing around with helping out youth. I used to work for Park and Recreation, start doing little drills and workouts with kids and whatnot. And one day, the Everett assistant job came about. So I was like, well, I want to give back, man. So I was like, let me send an email to the athletic director at the time, was Miss Short, man, rest in peace. And
Yeah,
holler
rest
back,
in peace, Miss Short.
Yeah,
holler
for
back
sure.
at Coach Jones, and man, and give back to the community like the community gave to me back in the day. So I was like, let me go, apply for this and see what happens. Didn't think I would get it, but I applied, interviewed with Coach Jones, man. He was like, oh yeah, we need you back. So that kind of lit the fire under me for wanting to coach and wanting to give back to the community. So it all started then.
That's what's up, man. Now, where do you see yourself, taking the coaching, to another level, in the future, or do you see this as like your limit right here in high school? How do you feel about that?
Hmm, that's a good question, man. I don't know yet. I mean, I'll go back and forth, being like, yeah, I think I'm just gonna stop at the varsity level, but every now and then, I'll think about going to the, JUCO level, maybe NAIA D3, maybe. I mean, just depends, what I mean, if the opportunity presents itself, kind of like the way this one did. If that happened, then and everything just happened to work out right, and I couldn't, say no, and I think I would go ahead and do it. But just continue to network and continue to be around the game and continue to learn, because you never can know too much about the game of basketball, man. I talk to man. I talk to some of the best coaches in the country, man. Bob Huggins, Roy Williams, Tom Izzo, and they still always learning, man. So it's just to continue to
Exactly.
learn, network, man. And if that, like I said, if the opportunity presents itself, I think I'll go ahead and take on that challenge.
Now, what's the biggest difference? The biggest difference between being an actual basketball player from a coach?
Hmm.
Like, you both, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
What's the
because
biggest difference?
the biggest difference is for me is being able to teach the game of basketball. Because as players,
Yeah,
we just going through, we playing. It's a big difference between playing and coaching. When you just playing, you having fun, you going through the motions. You're not really studying the game, from
Correct.
the outside
right,
looking in, so to speak. But
right.
I think just being able to teach that. Like, a lot of people know the game, but can you teach it? Can you
Yeah,
motivate other people to be able
Two
to do it?
totally different things.
Two totally
yeah.
different.
That's what
That's what
I asked myself that. I don't know. I know the game, but I don't know if I could coach the game. You see what I'm
exactly.
saying? And that's
And
a big right.
I'm gonna tell you guys this one thing too. Now, you notice that a lot of the best players in the world never been good coaches. Like,
Happens all the time. We see it happening all the time.
yeah, you hear about Greg Popovich, Coach K, Phil Jackson. You never talk about their playing careers. You don't never hear
Right.
about that, because it's hard to translate that. Even when Magic did it, I don't think Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant could have been like a great coach, because they were so great, and it's hard to get other players to kind of get that out of them the same way they got that motivation out of themselves to play. So it's a different
Right.
ball game, man. And that expectation for them being so great, it's a whole lot different when you got a coach with people that don't have as much talent, maybe not as motivated, don't work as hard. But to be able to teach that game is real difficult, man. So I definitely shout out a lot of those coaches that are able to teach the game of basketball, because people could just talk and say, go out there and do this, go out there and do that. But it's so much more, to be able to coach and be effective at it too. A lot of people can just yell and say whatever, yell at the TV, and, coach when you're in the stands. But to get out there and actually
Yeah.
do it, to know your team, know your
Right.
strengths and weaknesses, know your personnel, make adjustments. It's tough, man. So it's definitely something that you got to stay on. You got to continue to study and continue to improve at.
My question to you,
That's
coach, is do you think that you being a younger coach, that it kind of helps you with your players, that they can kind of relate with you in a lot of ways, that and you can kind of get out there and bust their face too? I guarantee you can.
Absolutely, man. I mean, I don't get out there as much anymore, but when I first started, man, I used to be out there all the time. I kept it short song, but and scrimmage with them, because sometimes they need to have that. They learn in different ways. So sometimes a
Yeah.
lot of,
Yeah.
a lot of players are visual learners. So you got to get out there and actually show them. You can't be like, oh man, get to the corner, get to the short corner, get to the nail. Because a lot of them don't even know what you're talking about when you say that. You say that stuff to them. So the terminology has to be broken down to them. Especially, you got to know your players. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Know their IQ. But I definitely think being a younger coach helps me, because like I said, I can relate to them. I'm not that far gone from playing.
Exactly.
And then like we do a lot of things, man, together, man. Shout out to Wolf Gary Trevelyan, one of my assistants, Justin Christian, one of my
Cuzzo. Yeah.
so we do other
Shout
things
out my
with them,
guys.
besides basketball. We go have team bonding where we just go play pool or we'll just go just talk, man. Talk about females. I mean, we'll do stuff like we done been there. So it's like, we'll do the same stuff with them and we know what they're going through. I don't know what kind of music they be listening to now. I can't relate to that. But a lot of things that they going through, man, some of the home issues, we done been there, man. So it's like, I think that helps me and and I can just, talk to them on different levels. I think that
So Dave,
definitely helps.
let me ask you this, man. How do you deal with some of the parents say from players that's not getting the type of playing time that they feel they deserve? How do do you ever do you deal with parents in that type of way? And if you do, how do you deal with that?
Man, that's one of the toughest issues. I mean, luckily I haven't had that many issues. I mean, it does come up from time to time, but to be honest with you, I try not to deal with it because as a head coach, you got to deal with so much. So that's why I appreciate my assistants, man. I couldn't do half of the things I would be able to do without them. I try to let them deal with a lot of the situations, but if it needs to be taken on by me, I will do that. But you try to communicate with them as best as you can. A lot of them don't understand. A lot of them do. You know what I'm saying? But you also have those ones who don't and think that since their kid had in third grade that they're just great now as a 17-year-old.
They
So
feel like
yeah, man, and a lot of them feel like they feel like their kid is entitled, like they don't have to earn anything. I hold everybody accountable. I don't want your parents calling me. You communicate with me. You're trying to develop young men at the same time. So just like get older, you know what I mean. Your mom shouldn't be calling in for you for work. I make them, I hold them accountable to be on time, to communicate with us as coaches. So it's tough dealing with a lot of those parents, especially when the parents don't understand, and it's usually the ones who never been through it, so they ain't gonna understand. But you try to communicate with them, as far as players playing time or whatever, because it always comes back to that. Always, like they may say something else, but it comes back to playing time to where the reason why they're disappointed or mad or angry or whatever the case may be. So I just try to push them, to work hard, get better. You know what I mean? Because I'm definitely not gonna sit my best players. You know what I mean? So that's not gonna happen, and I'm not gonna have no grudge towards no kids. Going forward, if all got to do what's best for the team. So yeah, man, it's a tough task, man, but it's all a part of the game, man. It's like hate is. So we take it all in stride.
Now being an Everett alumni, and then having the opportunity to also coach for your school, your high school, was it a hard transition going to Eastern?
Yeah, it was.
Great question.
That's a great question. It was. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
I'm gonna come with him. Kaylee.
It was because initially, a lot of people probably don't know this, man, but I'll keep it 100 on here. I wanted to stay. I had been, I went to Everett. As we played together. I was working there as a behavioral specialist. It was just home. You know what I mean? It was all I was used to as far as a high school player and coach. I learned under, the legendary Coach Johnny Jones. I was learning under him. I learned under Desmond Ferguson. Took a lot of, stuff from him.
Yeah.
And like I said, it was
shout
just
out
home.
to Desmond Ferguson too.
Yeah, it was just home. And then when he stepped down, I coached the summer league that year, and we probably lost one game. So it was like in the cards, and I thought that I knew all the parents, so it was really like in the cards for me to just stay. It was definitely a tough adjustment. And then a lot of the student athletes at Eastern, were a little different. And then at the time, Eastern was just not a good basketball team. They weren't. They were at the bottom. They were at the bottom of the conference, for years, man. And it was just something that I wasn't sure about doing. It took me a long time to think about it. But it was definitely tough to make that adjustment, man. To go from the
I'm sure it was.
Even though I'm from the East, and a lot of people don't know that too. But you know what I mean? It was definitely an adjustment.
Definitely. Now, who are some of the top players on your team that we should definitely keep an eye on?
We got a couple guys now, man. One of them is Jalen Bowles, who will be a senior guard. Pit Bull, man. You know what I mean? He plays hard. can handle the ball. He's quick defensively. He can do a lot of things on both sides of the ball. Another one has got a lot of upside, man. He's only about to be a junior. Well, he's a junior now. Is Willie Curtis, man, and lengthy, about 6'4".
Willie Curtis.
Yeah, about 6'4", man, slasher, can jump. Needs to be a little bit more aggressive, but he definitely has next level potential to him.
That's what's up.
And also, man, I had 2 freshmen I had to move up. That's another adjustment that's different from 20 years ago when we played, man. I had to move 2 freshmen up and put them in the fire, man, and they've got quality minutes. And for us to do what we did last year with them playing quality minutes was even surprised the hell out of me.
So speaking of last year, did you guys? So what did you guys do last year? Did you guys win the red division last year?
We won the red division.
Let's talk about it. Okay, congratulations on that, Coach. Your second year in, man, you won the division.
That's awesome.
Actually, my third year. That was my
third year. Okay.
Yeah. And I also won Coach of the Year for the state. So that
what?
was
Congratulations,
awesome.
man. Hey,
awesome,
hey, Lansing's own, man. The one Coach of the Year for the state of Michigan.
Yep. So that was
that's
major.
awesome. That's a big honor.
Yeah, and like I said, man, when I first got there, they had 2 one-win seasons, man. So only thing I wanted to do was change the culture, just compete. That's the only thing I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And then to be able to, win the conference with a tough Williamson team who's tough every year. They're in the top 5, top 10 every year. And to be able to beat them at home last year was just major, man. And like I said, I just wanted to compete, man. We improved every year on our record. Started getting a little bit more talent in. I mean, doing that too when we lose 5, 6 guys every year. So I'm pretty much rebuilding every year. We lose 5, 6 guys every year, man. That's tough, man. So it's like you got a whole new team each and every year, and it's hard to be competitive when you got to do that, man. So that's tough.
Now, who are some of your influences? Going into coaching. Like, was there any coaches that you looked up to and try to like idolize?
Well, I could say definitely some of my former coaches, man. One of my first coaches was Coach Porter, man. He used to coach at the Boys and Girls Club. Rest in peace to him.
Okay.
He was actually Magic's uncle. He coached at the Boys and Girls Club, man. I wanted to kind of, emulate some things about him. Definitely Coach Johnny Jones, a legendary guy, man. He
Johnny Legend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely my mentor, man. We speak a lot, man.
Definitely.
He gave me a lot of pointers, man. I learned a lot from him. He probably don't even know that I learned.
That's like my second pops, man. I know.
Man. That dude taught me so much, and we just had so many talks about stuff, basketball and non-basketball, man. He don't even understand how much he impacted me, man. And I also learned a lot from, I went to Alabama State. I learned a lot from Coach Rob Spivery, man, when I went down there initially. So I learned a lot of things from him, when I went down there. And also, man, to be honest with you, it's a lot of mentors that I have around here, man, as far as coaching. Rob Murphy from Eastern Michigan, man. Izzo. I go out there a lot, man. Well, not now with the COVID, but I learn a lot from him, man. And I talk to a lot of these coaches around the country, man. They'll send me information. They'll send me a text. I go to some of the best clinics in the country, man, when we were COVID-free, man. Just going to talk to, like I said, Bob Huggins and Frank Martin from South Carolina, man. So I just learn and take little bits and pieces from every one of them, because that's what coaching is about too. You steal a lot of stuff, and then you kind of gel in some of your things as well, man. And kind of, make an adjustment according to your personnel. So I do a lot of that, man. I'm a student of the game. I study a lot, man. I'm always paying attention to basketball. I'm always drawing something up. I'm always thinking, what can we do to get better? Always doing that, man. So it's hard to sleep at night when you're a coach, man, because you're always trying to figure out how you can make your team better and what you can improve on or what you should have did. So those are some of my influences coming up, though, and still some of my influences today, man, as I, go through this journey of coaching.
All right, man, let's have some fun. Let's have some fun with it, man. I got some questions for both of you guys being former alumni. We had some great games, some Everett Sexton games, man. Let's talk about one of the most classic Everett Sexton games ever that we were a part of. You know what I'm saying? When Lee for three, and young Squeak, young DeVale Hoskins.
That's my guy.
You know what I'm saying? When you guys you made it rain that day, man.
Shout out to Squeak.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, you guys. So that's what I'm bringing that history back. That's what we're trying to do right now, right? We're trying to bring the crowds to be how they used to be. So, Dave, man, you got the field house. We're trying to pack your field house up, right? So who's your rivalry? Who's your rival right now being an Eastern? When you on looking at your schedule, what team do you just know you got to beat? And you better not say E High.
Hey, to be honest with you, it is E High, man. So,
I knew it was gonna be. I knew it.
The city teams, man. The city teams have battles, man. It's them, Sexton. Those are ones that, man. Hey, you got to throw out the records for them games, man. And you got to beat them. You want to beat them a little bit more than you want to beat them. You know, it's a little bit.
He ain't said nothing about Waverly.
Nah, it's not the same vibe, man. And then, you know, it's not like it was when we played, man. It's not as many people there.
Said nothing about Waverly.
We got to change that though. We can get them. We got to get the people back out. We got to. We got to get the play. Hey, for one, we got to stop outsourcing our players too. When we get all our talent, we got to stop sending them to East Lansing and to the Grand Ledges. And I'm being real. I say this on the show because we from Lansing, man. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And it's like if we kept our talent here, it would help. But we also. This is kind of on the subject. We also got to get some more good teachers to come in our community and some more people that's going for those positions so they can have more confidence in our school system to want to keep our students in these school systems, right? So that's what I'm feeling like. I'm feeling like as a community, that's what I'm trying to put together here at Destined for Greatness. We have the coach of the year right here in the city. Why would you take him somewhere else?
Absolutely.
Right.
Let's just make sense. Let's make it make sense, family. Let's make it the coach of the year in the state against all the country days, against all of these other schools. I'm talking about the Flints and all the Detroit, all these schools. Dave Jones right here, Lansing, Eastern High School. So think twice is all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's deep.
I completely agree with that, man. And that's the problem now, man. It's like, you know, the talent is a little bit different. That's just a fact. The crowd, you know, participation, you know what I mean? And that's just different now. I mean, you know, I think it's even different across the state. I mean, for the most part, even like you can see recently at Miami Bates, man, he just went and did his own thing. You know what I'm saying? Because that dude was packing out. They had to start playing at Eastern Michigan when he was in high school. I mean, when he was
right.
So, I mean, you know, some of these other kids are, you know, if you get to be a top 100 guy, you end up going to a prep school now. So, I mean, I would love to get it back, man. That's another reason why I want to stay in, you know, and stay a part of coaching, man, and kind of get that vibe back, man, that love, man. You know, them days was you go get the new Jordans, go to the mall, man, and shoot, you know, that Friday.
I remember y'all, man. I remember y'all boys getting freshman Lefty out there, Lefty Dave out there warm at the top of the key. That was your hot spot. You know what I'm saying? I grew up with these. So I used to be on Hag Road in front of the house all day dribbling that ball on Hag, just going to Georgetown. You be at Georgetown all day, hitting them with them left, killing them.
If you ain't getting there by JV, you don't have no seat. I'd be having to and play them.
I'm telling you.
I still got the you know, the VHS, the DVD. I still got all that, and they don't even believe me. You know
look, even Kevin Estes made a good point. Even the ladies' games used to be packed.
Facts. That's facts.
Yeah.
Remember, our girls won the state championship in '99. You know what I'm saying? So we got Candace, shout out. We got Candace Jackson coming on the show tomorrow, y'all. Yeah. Make sure y'all tune in to Destined for Greatness tomorrow. She's coming on.
Patrice.
We
had the twins on the squad.
Okay, man. They was loaded, man. They was making it happen, man. So they definitely deserve some love.
But speaking of that, like, so K. Lee, man, how did it feel, man, to give buckets like that, though, every game, though, bro? Like, actually, you gave buckets, bro. You was giving buckets. And you had to earlier you said crowd participation is how you going on. Right now, it's empty in the crowds. Yeah. You think that you could give the same game?
I mean, I used to thrive off the big games. You know, the little games. I was like, But you know, I used to want to put on the show when I knew everybody was in the crowd and everybody was looking. I mean, that's when I wanted to really do my thing. So you know, that's when I tried to do it. You know, Dave Jones, he's seen a lot of that, man. You know, that was my backcourt teammate. So
hey, man. Hey, y'all wrong though, man. I'm gonna say this right now. No. I'm gonna save. No, don't take the words from me. You wrong. Both of y'all done said it. Y'all act like I wasn't on the team, bro.
D Woods, you might. I know. I was just about to say.
Like I wasn't on the squad, dog. Oh man, y'all dirty for that, man. Why ain't y'all never?
After that Constant situation, I don't know what happened.
Man, hey man, whatever, bro. Hey, look, man.
That's what I remember the most. You ran out that door. I said, "Damn, who did something to him?"
Dog.
I remember that.
He was, man, he was hooping that practice too, dog.
But he was hooping hard because he was mad.
Yeah,
he was mad. Remember that?
I gave y'all 40 that day in practice, dog.
You gave us 40 in practice that day, dog.
But yo,
Man.
me, even Woo, look, Woo laughing because he remember I was biting him up. I was hard and I was biting him down low. I was extra throwing. But look, man, look. But why ain't y'all never tell Coach to put me in though, dog? Y'all could have been my friends. Y'all come, yo, Coach, dog, throw Woods in, give him like 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? He comes to practice every day. He practice.
Hey, you know, Coach used to
I
talk
know.
about this, man. Hey, you know, I used to thrive on. I used to love playing D, man. Especially after seeing ET&T even play D like that. I said, oh yeah, I got to do that.
Man, speaking of those teams, man, so I have another question. Speaking on that, Dave, which team do you think you was the best squad, man? Ain't nothing against nobody. What team do you think that could have won the state championship out of the team that you guys were a part of? Because y'all came all the way up together, right? K. Lee played 4 years of varsity. You was like, what, 3? Yeah. So what team do you think that you guys had assembled could have won the state championship?
Man, I think that team that
I think our sophomore year.
Your sophomore year, your freshman year.
Oh, you talking about my freshman year? We definitely should have won. Eric Thompson, Steven Jones.
Yep.
You know, Big Drew Van Dyke, Paul Van Dyke, Dwayne Wallace. We had a squad.
That squad could have won, and I also think that we could have really challenged, man, in that your sophomore year, my junior year. That 97.
Yep.
When we had Big Corey, we still had.
I agree.
We was loaded, man. We was really loaded.
Wilbur Lee, shout out Wilbur Lee.
Yep, Corey Gibson.
Yep.
You know,
Bobby Joy.
On that team. Yep, Bobby Joy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Then we had I was on the team. Who else? I forgot who else. I think I can't remember who else was on that team. I had to look in the archives. But
I got
was D Wallace on that team? Was D Wallace on that team?
Shout out to Kawan.
Yep,
And Kawan.
Yep,
Remember Kawan Hall?
Yep, Paul.
Yep.
Big Van Dyke. Van Dyke played 4 years of varsity with K. Lee,
He
didn't he?
played 4 years with Kevin.
Yeah. Yep, sure did. Yep.
So,
Man, we had some fun, man.
Real talented, man. We just didn't live up to the expectation, but yeah, man.
Hey, man. You know, we didn't, dog.
Hopefully we get back to those days, though.
No, but 1 year, man, we had that situation, man, where they couldn't play because they played in that Gus Macker, man. That kind of jacked things up that season.
That was my freshman year.
That was his freshman year.
Yeah.
That was my freshman year. Yeah.
And he ain't lying. Let's
real
shout out to Pugs, man. Shout out to Sean Furlong, man. He was a great videographer. You know what I'm saying? The manager of the team, man. He was always there for y'all boys, man.
Yeah, he was. Shout out Pugs. That was my guy.
Rest in peace, man. Is Brian Scott, man. He used to be taking our
Brian Scott, man. Rest in peace, my
Scott,
brother.
Yeah. Yep. Shout out Brian Scott, man.
I had time like, Coach, you like Jones, you got 10 points, man. You got 3 steals. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I got to get 6 steals now. Yeah. So
right.
Shout out
I remember that.
Yep.
So, Coach, what do you think is going to take for us to get to that high energy level for fan participation, man? Because the talent's there. These kids are athletic. They're good. So what do you think is stopping people from coming to the games?
You know what? I think
Corona.
Kind of like
no, I'm talking before that.
But you know,
they still wasn't coming.
You know what? Kind of what you said too already, man. A lot of our Lansing kids are, you know, they were going to Hope. They might they going to East Lansing. Like a lot of East Lansing team be living on the South Side.
Yeah.
So a lot of them be going to other schools. I mean, to get the participation back, I mean, you gotta want to see the talent back because you know back then we had talent, man. Like I was telling people the other day, man, we at least had 3 guys who can go on every team, no matter if you was at the bottom of the conference. If you play for Hope,
you're right.
You play for Jackson, you play Sexton, Everett, man. Everybody had somebody. You know what I'm saying? Even Eastern had Steve Ordaway, and man, everybody had somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, you know, Sexton quick, man, you know what I mean? And Jackson had a couple cats that can go. You know what I mean? Waverly had Marcus Taylor, Thomas Jackson from Eastland. I mean, everybody had somebody. It was hell. Like Hope had
it was, though.
Travis
right.
White, Matt McClure.
McClure.
Oh man, it was man. You know, Grand Ledge had the Shell Hammers and Jamon Todd. But yeah, everybody was loaded, man. Now it's like you may have 3 teams that may be good. So it's hard to get people out to come on and watch that. And then, you know, like I said, if you get to be one of the top players, man, they leaving, going to other schools, going to prep academies or whatnot. And, you know, it's just different, man. Everybody think that, you know, AAU was the deal. Like, you know, they don't even take high school seriously no more. You know
no, they don't. AAU definitely.
And let me ask you, why do you think it? Why is that? Why do they take AAU more serious than high school? Why is that, Dave Jones?
You know what? And I'm gonna tell you this too. A lot of people don't know this. Like I was telling somebody this last night. To be honest with you, a lot of like it's different from now because AAU is so big. It's so big of a business now, man. And AAU, I coach AAU too. I coach AAU a lot of years. And it's more relaxing anyway. You're playing the best of the best. So
do you think you get more exposure in AAU? Do you think it's more exposure?
That's where I'm about to get to. So in AAU, you can go to EYBL tournament or any tournament like in Fort Wayne, and you can see the top guys right there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
College coaches ain't coming to high school games. They're coming to high school.
They really
games.
not.
Once you're already on
they
the
really
radar
not.
and they're recruiting you,
right?
They're coming to show their support and show that they're there. And it may be 1% chance they see somebody else and be like, oh, look, let's look at him now. But if you can go knock 12 birds off with one stone, going to an AAU tournament with a top 40 guys playing in
there
one
you
tournament,
go.
you might as well just go there.
And to add to that, Coach, and to add to that, use a lot of those players team up.
Yeah. And there's no loyalty no more. Everybody leaves. Everybody, they don't want to face adversity. If you're not playing 20 minutes or you're not getting 20 shots, I'm going somewhere else. You know what I mean? But you even see that, in the NBA. I mean, look what James Harden just did. He ain't like his situation. Now he forced himself a trade. So it's like these kids are seeing that, and now they like, oh, I don't like this, or the coach mad at me, or he don't like me. All of a sudden they saying that, and then the parents are just backing them with that instead of holding these kids accountable. And now they become softer and think that that's okay, and they just want to leave. They want to transfer. They want to go to a different team, and then they think it's that deal. And I tell these kids too, I'm like, if you're not traveling across the country, you ain't on a good AAU team. You know what I mean?
And that's how I feel about it, man. I feel like basketball, it softened up a lot from back in our day, because, people are okay with great players jumping ship and going to another team to win a championship. You know what I'm saying? People are okay with that. And they feel like that's okay in this day and time. But back when we was coming up, we had to get it out the mud. You know what I'm saying?
You had to, man. You had to.
Like imagine me and you was like, man, let's go, man. Let's go to East Lansing and play with Thomas Jackson. Let's go team up.
Right. You see?
Know me and
yeah,
we probably would have won to stay.
It was.
But I mean,
we probably would have. Well, we didn't want to do that.
Yeah, we didn't want to do that. We want to beat you.
Yep.
Now they
exactly.
Well, and then you do need talent to win games. I mean, I don't care what kind of coach you are. You gotta have some type of talent to win some games, man. I mean,
flat out.
Hall of Fame
coaches.
They didn't have Hall of Fame players, but it's like they don't want to stick it out no more, man. And they want to leave, and they think that they can get looked at, and they really can't throw a beach ball in the ocean, but they think that they can get a scholarship if they play in one tournament, man. And that's just the thing. That's just the thing now. You know what I'm saying?
This is a good question right here.
And it's tough to play D1 basketball, D2 basketball, D3
it does.
It's tough. You know what I mean? So they don't get it, but they, hopefully they will.
Yeah.
Someday.
So, hey, Coach, we have a question right here. Would you ever consider playing out of state if the games do not begin?
We can't do that as a high school team.
No, I'm talking about your AAU teams.
Oh, AAU teams. Oh, yeah, definitely. And I can't really coach AAU no more. I mean, I can't be the head coach because it's against the rules.
Because of your position now?
Yeah. So I can't really do that. But I was always an assistant. But yeah, AAU, that's a possibility to definitely be able to do that. And I kind of stepped back from AAU because it's more responsibility being a varsity coach, man. You got to shoot. It's all year round, man. And it's a whole lot more than just basketball that you got to deal with, man. It's about 85% everything else but basketball when you got to be a varsity coach. So,
a lot of politics.
It's a lot to it, man. You got to deal with academics.
Academics.
Yeah,
so,
man.
So speaking of that, man, if I'm a parent and I have a really talented student athlete, right? And I want to, all right, Coach Jones is the coach of the year, and I'm thinking about bringing him to Eastern. What do you have planned for students that's coming into Eastern right now, wants to play under your program, with any tutoring programs? And if not, let's try to put something together, because I'm trying to get people to come to your school, man. Your school and Everett, I want people to come back home. So what can Eastern offer a student athlete right now?
I mean, we got a lot of different programs there, man. IB programs. We got tutoring programs. We got credit recovery. It's so much ability for these kids to get eligible. Like back when we were playing, like if you got ineligible, you just might be ineligible.
You was ineligible. That's just what it was.
Like now,
that's true. Yeah.
One class, man. You take one thing online, you test out or whatever the case may be, you can be all right. But it's like you gotta kind of try hard not to pass now. Like you got to spell your name wrong. But now it's like it's so much different. And then we got a brand new school. We got a brand new football field. Kids love that. So
That's
like
dope.
I said,
Brand new football field.
brand new football field, man. They
Right.
played their season last year. Not
Yeah.
this past season because it got canceled, but the season prior to that, man, they played their first game there. We're improving, man. We got a new gym in our high school. We got a new high school.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
So they're not playing at the field house no more?
We still play at the field house, but we also got a gym at the school. Where a lot of times the Xavier freshmen play, and the girls will play a lot of times.
But the big games will be at the field house.
Yeah, our big games and our games, all of our games are at the field house. Yeah, all of our games.
Right.
But you have one inside the school. See, these are all new information that a lot of people didn't know, because I definitely didn't know.
Yeah, so we got
I didn't know either.
We got a brand new principal who's great, man. He's gonna stay on your kids, and man. Then you got a lot of us guys that work in the building. I work in the building also. So we got a lot going on, man. So like I said, as far as our basketball team is just improving. A lot of our kids, grades are pretty good, and that's one thing that I really don't have a problem with too much. I do now because of COVID, but a lot of our guys really do good academically.
Great.
So
that's
I don't
great
really
news.
about that a whole lot. At Everett, I had to worry about it quite a bit, but at Eastern, they kind of be on their stuff. So that's a good thing. I mean, you still gonna have guys that just kind of lollygag and don't be up on their work and kind of be coasting. But for the most part, a lot of these guys, man, a lot of the guys that I had last year were great academically, man. They were great leaders, man. They were just great kids, man. So I hate to lose these dudes, man. They were great.
Hey, do you think Corona, the Corona has any, does it affect you when it comes to coaching, like being, 6 feet away from a player? You can't really get into their face and, yell at them like you want to. Does it, does that play a part?
You know what? We haven't experienced that yet because we haven't, like I said, tomorrow will be our first time getting in the gym. So,
okay.
But I can only assume. That's what I've been thinking about. I ain't gonna lie. I've been frustrated and confused about what's going on. I don't know how to go forward. I'm gonna figure it out, of course, but I don't know. I mean, they say we still got a distance. We're kind of at a disadvantage anyway because we didn't have an off season. We didn't have a preseason.
I know that's crazy.
We don't just spill out talent at Eastern. We have to develop talent. So. And I lost 5 guys from last year's team. So it's like that's almost a year of not playing basketball. So we haven't we haven't been in there to being able to do anything. We can't run. We ain't been able to get any shots up. We can't do any skill development. But I assume, man, I can't imagine having to play with a mask on, man, or a coach with a mask on.
I know that's crazy.
Distance. So I don't even know. I mean, if people will go, read the article that I posted on my Facebook page not too long ago, man, it gives a different perspective if even the season is going to start. I mean, I know they're giving us dates and times, but they've been doing that for the last 2 months also. So we'll see. I mean, hopefully we'll be able to get started, but it's just tough with all this going on right now and all the uncertainty.
Okay. So
now, when you was 18,
go ahead.
One more question, D.
Yes, sir.
Now, when you was 18, Dave Jones, could you tell me at 40 today that you seen yourself coaching?
Damn, you was gonna tell my age like that, man. But but no, to be honest with you, no, man. No. I mean, I always knew I wanted to give back. I always knew I wanted to be a part of the game in some aspect. I don't even know how much longer I got with coaching. You know what I mean? It was never nothing that I really wanted to do. But I just knew I loved the game. I knew the game.
I know, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just wanted to be a part in some aspect, man. So I don't know, man. But I never guessed it, man. I never thought that I would be running into so many good student athletes like I have. And one good thing I want to mention too, man, is even, a lot of my guys that I've coached a lot of guys that went on. A lot of guys that are in the community doing pretty good, man. One thing about this is that every Christmas break, kind of sort of like Coach Jones did when we were there, I bring all my guys back. I don't care if you went to Everett, Eastern, you'll see the field house packed with 40, 45, 50 kids. Half of them went to Everett. And they come back and they show up. We scrimmage. Scrimmage my team.
That's love.
I mean, you got guys from, Jamyron Jackson and A lot of these other guys that played for me at Everett, man, and even Buckets came back a couple times, man. Don St. Hinton, man, he'll come back. I had a good relationship with him. Chow, these guys that went to Eastern. But a lot of my Everett guys, man, Damon Terry, a lot of these guys come back and they just come back and hoop, man. Maurice Benson will come in there and hoop, he'll tell you. So
shout out Mo B.
Yeah, a lot of these guys come in and they hoop and they want to help. Mo will come and be like, oh, he got some potential. Oh, he gonna be good. And a lot of my Everett guys come back, man. And you don't see that a lot of places, man. So it's good that I still have that love from them guys, man, and I appreciate them a lot. Going forward and helping my team, improve each and every day too.
All right, so my question to you is kind of headed back to the COVID. For one, actually Andreas Hall has a question here. He said, are you doing COVID rapid tests for the season? So is that something that they put on your guys' plate?
See, that's the thing about it. See, and that speaks to that in that article. It's saying that we won't have the amount of testing to, test this many amount of kids. You think about it, we got to have a whole season. So now you're going to have boys and girls.
Correct.
And then you might have a freshman varsity team, that has 10 to 12 kids. Some may have 15. So it ain't going to be able to have that much testing on a regular basis for that many kids. And in the article, it also says they let football and volleyball go because it wasn't as many teams and it wasn't as many kids. And they had
it's outside probably.
Outside.
Volleyball is inside, but they had different testing for them. They won't be able to have that for us. Right now, even when we go tomorrow, it's only temperature checks. So it's kind of it's kind of scary.
So it's still a risk.
Yeah. And it's inside. And it says we have 20% more chance. Because we're inside, and then you got to think about refs and assistant coaches and scorekeepers, and it's a lot of things, man. It's a lot of uncertainty. But like I said, man, I wish we can do it. I don't know. I don't have the answers, man. So I guess time will tell. We'll get a better understanding in February.
So how do you? Like you said, it all being so difficult. Being last year, you had seniors that kind of had to deal with it at the end of their season, and having seniors this year that potentially might not have a season. Mm-hmm. That's got to be tough on them. When you talk to some of your seniors from last year that got kind of cheated out, you guys got a season, but the ending of the season, like the recruiting and all that part, didn't take part like it was because of COVID. And now this season, them not starting and may not have it. What's some of the things you tell some of these players?
It's hard to talk to them about it, man. It's really. You just gotta. Kind of communicate.
You got to be real with them.
Yeah, you got to be real with them, man. And, to be honest with you, like, the Lansing School District is the only district that canceled football season. Because, initially it was canceled altogether, but Lansing School District went ahead and canceled it altogether. So, yeah, you got guys that, may not have a season. And that's why I kind of wish that, maybe they should change the rule to where these kids can have another season. Because even in college, all of them are getting another season. This season is not hurting their eligibility. So I wish they would change that with high school, even if they do scratch this season. At least change it with high school with the age limit of 19.
They got to come up with something.
We got to come up with something. At least give these kids
it's not fair.
eligibility if they choose
to do it. Even though that'll be tough too to kind of wire that out, because how does recruiting work then? Because a lot of colleges ain't recruiting because a lot of their guys are coming back. So and that's got to be a decision for kids whether they want to go to the next level, or they want to spend another year in high school. So it's tough, man. It really is. And then, it's tough seeing, Michigan State, they just canceled their next game. Again, girls and boys are having problems with COVID. This is like the third straight game, I think, because they're supposed to play Illinois tomorrow or Saturday. And they just canceled that. They having issues out there. You seeing Coach K saying that they should cancel the season. And, you see Gonzaga going through it, and Villanova, and, a lot of, the NBA. They got
NBA
6 days a week. They got the best of the best, and they having issues. So, in college,
but this is something that we might not know when it's gonna end. So
exactly.
That's the crazy thing about it.
That's the crazy thing about it. Yeah, that's the crazy thing about it, man. So, like I said, I just wish if they do it. And you think about it right now, like we would be in mid-season. Like I always tell my guys, I want us to play. I want us to be playing our best ball by February, leading into March.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna too much remember what you did in November. So when you playing your best ball at the end of the year or going into the year, so it's like now we're supposed to, like it's February 1st is our first day that we can play contact, 5-on-5 contact. But February 4th is supposed to be the first day that we can have a game and compete.
So they're trying to have you have a game 3 days after first practice?
It's crazy, man. And then after we didn't have no off season, like I love summers.
That's
summers.
ludicrous, man.
Because it develops you. You know what I'm saying? It builds chemistry. You know what I mean? I can see who can do what. I'm like, oh, okay, he plays good. Okay, he gonna come out. I had a kid last year. I seen him on JV, but I was like, he was undersized, but he came and played great in the summer. He started for me all last year because he can rebound alone. And I was like, oh yeah. But I noticed that in the summertime. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, without a preseason, without any reps, without getting shots up, you know what I mean? It's gonna be tough, man. So
hey, man, I got fans out here. I got Woo out here. I got Kevin. That's what they all want to know. They all want to know. Y'all see the question, man. Y'all got to talk about it because Kev asked earlier.
Oh man, I want to talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about those MVP shoes.
Well,
let me talk about them.
And they was like playing in boots.
Hey man, hey, remember the game with Magic came?
They was boots.
And Coach Jones made us wear them? Man, I was playing.
I remember that day perfect, yo. I remember that day perfect.
Hey man, I slid into the.
I felt like I had some Timbs on.
Man, dog, I felt like I had some Heelys on. Man, I slid into the cheerleaders.
Why you say Heelys though?
I'm out on the perimeter garden, and somebody put a move on me from Jackson, and I slid into the cheerleaders. You know them wooden bitches in the front.
I'm trying to hold it, man.
Yeah,
I'm trying to hold it, man.
Man, that's terrible. That's terrible.
Take these off.
You asked him, could you take them off? You asked him, could you take them off?
I don't think.
He was like, yeah, I'll go.
I don't think we took them off at halftime. Yeah.
Yeah, because remember our team shoes that year was a Pippin.
Yeah.
Man, I wanted to go up at I wanted to go ask Magic personally, man. Why you come out with these shoes, man? What made you come out with these?
10-pound weight, yo. And then after that, I never wore them. I wore them to cut the grass.
Yep. Man, I went home and threw them up right in the trash.
Yo, them was the worst, dog. And they was $10.
It was the worst.
For
$10. $10 for a pair of kicks.
They was 2 pairs. Then we get 2 pairs.
2 pairs. $20 cash.
Man, dog.
Say what happened, Kev? What happened, Kev?
$20 cash.
We gave you
for the shoes.
Yo, for the shoes.
Y'all dumb, bro.
For the shoes.
Man, I'm telling you, man.
Dog, Wu said everybody took them off at halftime, man.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I slid in the one.
Hey, had blisters. Yeah, you had blisters on your feet.
Oh, dog.
Man, that was the worst.
Yo, and they just had a big V on the side.
Worst.
I don't even know where the MVP was at. It was just a big V on the side.
Varsity.
Yeah, I guess so, because the JV was
Hey, we ended up getting beat that game too against Jackson. It was Jackson. You remember that?
That game.
Dog, stop, dog. I'm done, man.
Game that we named the gym after Magic.
Yeah, I remember because the Glee Club, me and Rick V and Bobby, we sung the national anthem. You know what I'm saying? We sung the national anthem that before the game. I remember that. Then I had to play that game. I remember that game perfect, yo.
Y'all had them Starburst vests?
Right. Yeah, you had to put
no, it's time for the Glee Club to get roasted now, huh? Yeah. Hey, Woo, man, you gotta have my back, bro. Don't let him do me like this, man. That boy Woo had every color vest.
Shout out to Woo, man.
Yeah, shout out to Woo.
Shout out to my cuz Woo, man.
Boy, man, that boy.
Man, what a fun interview, man. I'm so glad my brothers came on here, man. Kev, man, you got any more questions for Dave?
No, man. I just want to let him know, man. I'm proud of you, man, and we rooting for you, man.
Appreciate it,
always.
Man, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Oh, man, people still don't know. They on them vests, bro. They trying to get me, man.
Hey, them vests was real colorful, man.
Hey, man, we was clean out there, man.
We was clean.
Man, yeah, we had fun, man. Oh, look. Oh, come on. Everybody trying to get us. Y'all have fun for a minute.
Rangers, man. Y'all had your own like the Power Rangers had, man.
We had every color. I remember the day we went shopping for. I remember the day we went shopping for them joints, man. We went to the Lansing Mall to Eddie Bauer. We all went. I was like, nah, dog, can't nobody get my color. I remember that.
Right. I remember that. I remember that too.
You gotta have
I remember that.
Orange, lime green.
Come on, thank you, Tanea. Thank you for looking out. Don't come for the MGC like that.
The Glee Club. The Glee Club.
Man, we had a rockin' ass pep rallies. Y'all can't lie on us.
Raspberry red. Boy had everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, it was
Woods,
so much
man,
fun.
but,
Go ahead,
hey,
brother.
Woods, I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you on the show, man. I see big things happening. And
No doubt, no doubt.
Thank you, Lee.
Yeah, man, you providing a great platform, man. It's good to
your
give back,
future, man.
love,
Keep the good work.
man, and give people insight, man, on things. I seen a couple things you had on there where people was teaching like some real life lessons, man.
Man, I got a doctor. I got a mental health doctor coming on, man. He's gonna come
People need
on
that.
once a week, and he's a mental health doctor expert, man. He got books and everything. He's gonna come and give game for us all the time. I'm telling you, Destined for
what's
Greatness is the platform for us all to grow. That's why I named it Destined for Greatness, because just because where you are now don't mean you're at your final position. And that's why I'm very happy you said that, Dave. I don't know where I'm going to be. Everybody sees coaching, but whatever the Lord puts on your heart is what you need to do, man. That's what's going to make you great.
I'm being involved in the
That's
game.
right. That's right.
And think about it, man. We all need this, man. We all need this because everybody going through tough times right now with all this uncertainty, man. We need laughs. We need love. We need, insight, man. So, to be able to provide this for people, man, is definitely give some people some hope, man. Because a lot of people, throwing in the towel, man. So
they are.
Just be inspired, man, and keep people, spirits up, man, during this tough times, man. It's always great.
Exactly.
Hey, man, I love y'all, man. Thank y'all for coming out, man. I really appreciate you guys, brother. Don't leave, man. I'm going to put y'all on the backstage, man. I'm going to give my little PSA. Right. Love y'all, man.
Love, baby.
EV. All right, man. Thank y'all for tuning in for Destined for Greatness podcast. Another hot one, like I told y'all, man. I got another one tomorrow. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. Tuesday, 7 p.m. Candace Jackson. You know what I'm saying? She won a state championship. She done been an assistant coach for Duke, assistant coach for Michigan State. Worked at Wake Forest. Just big things, straight out of Lansing. You know what I'm saying? But we got another one. Love all of y'all. Make sure y'all tune in, man. And once again, like I say every time, I'm out.